Deadpool is on a mission and he calls his targets to warn them. He jumps across the building and kicks one of them. The gangsters open fires and he pretends to be dead when they check. Once they turn their backs on Deadpool, he takes the opportunity to end them all. On his next mission, he surprises the mob by popping out from the coffin and starts shooting at them until he ends the mob boss. Deadpool goes to the gentleman's club next to hit the next target and then to the Yakuza. He's on a killing spree until he gets blood in his eyes. The Yakuza stabs him but he takes the blades out of himself to end them. Next Deadpool hits the drug producers but the boss traps himself in a panic room to avoid Deadpool. A bunch of goons show up and chase Deadpool. He jumps into Dopinder's car and they drive away. Dopinder wants to be a mercenary but before Deadpool leaves, he gives a random speech about Dopinder's dream. Deadpool is late for his anniversary so he made many excuses until Vanessa forgave him. They make out and exchange gifts. They are having an intimate talk about having a baby and he notices intruders. When they break in, he starts attacking them and easily takes them out. Vanessa comes out when the coast is clear but another one shows up after. The guy misfires when trying to dodge Deadpool's incoming knife and it hits Vanessa instead. An enraged Deadpool chases after the guy but he gets hit by a car. Luckily the guy gets into a collision, letting Deadpool catch up and Deadpool takes him out of the car. He grabs the guy and they both get hit by a truck. Deadpool is depressed about Vanessa's death and he's been at the bar for 3 days moping. Whis kicks him out and Buck tries to help him out, but Deadpool is in denial. Deadpool goes to AL's place to take his stash of white powder and gets AL's counseling. Before he does anything terrible he enjoys his white powder. He is trying to self-harm in multiple ways and blows himself up. He's sent to the Death Realm but he can't get to Vanessa because of an invisible barrier. He's yanked out of that realm after Vanessa says his heart isn't in the right place. Colossus finds Deadpool in a terrible state, so he brings him to the X-Mansion. A boy named Russell is brought to Essex House for mutant rehabilitation for picking locks. Russell is strapped up and torched with a branding. Colossus tries to get Deadpool into the X-Men but he rejects the offer. Deadpool leaves to mess around when Colossus is reading the rules to him. He clowns Fox for not having any other X-Men because their first movie made bank. Colossus is done with Deadpool's BS but Deadpool feels guilty because he's the one that got Vanessa killed. Deadpool hugs Colossus after his speech while grabbing his booty. In the future Cable finds his family burnt to crisp and he vows to get revenge. He time travels to the present to rob a couple of rednecks and a store for supplies. The next day Deadpool has a drastic change from his gloomy depression but Negasonic can see through Deadpool's facade. Later Colossus brings Deadpool on a mission and Deadpool is against it but Colossus is forcing him to go. An enraged Russell is threatening deletion if they get too close. When the X-Men arrive, Deadpool starts trolling everyone and gets down to business to deal with Russell. Deadpool pisses off Russell and he knocks back Negasonic and Colossus after. He pulls his guns on Russell but Colossus reminds him about the rules and he starts over. Deadpool went too far with his speech so Russell knocked him away. He does a superhero landing and knocks out Russell with his sword. They put a power dampener on Russell so he can't go on a rampage. Russell wants to go to the icebox because it's better than here. Deadpool notices the burn marks so he shoots the people who harmed Russell. Colossus takes down Deadpool because he broke the rules. The police sent Russell and Deadpool to the icebox prison. Deadpool's cancer comes back and he hears Russell's story but now Russell has a goal to take out the headmaster because the headmaster hates mutants. Russell searches his bum to make a shank because he wants to attack the biggest person. During chow time some inmates bother them. Russell tries to start a fight but he is easily beaten. Black Tom stabs Deadpool and they start beating them. Back in their cell, Deadpool advises Russell to befriend the biggest guy to protect him because he just wants to die. Cable sees the attack on the news and starts repairing his gun. He breaks into the prison and knocks out the guards in the control room which opens everyone's cell. When Cable is making his way towards Russell, he is forced to take out the guards because they are in his way. Cable starts targeting Russell and Deadpool and whoever was in his way was removed. Deadpool defends Russell from Cable but he still gets beaten. So Russell shanks Cable to save Deadpool from getting shot and he runs away. Deadpool knocks Cable down while breaking his back. He survives the fall and hits Cable who is going after Russell. Deadpool shoots Cable with his energy blast gun and starts asking questions. They start fighting when Cable gets his gun back and Deadpool is just getting wrecked. Deadpool says some hurtful things about Russell. He hears it and goes out to surrender to the guards. Deadpool pulls a pin and they are both sent flying out of the prison while tumbling down the mountain. He gets to meet Vanessa again to find out what he needs to do and he is sent out of that realm again. During chow time, Russell starts a fight and the guards are forced to stop them. Russell takes this opportunity to befriend the strongest guy thereby giving him food. Deadpool goes to Whis to build a team to save Russell when they are moving them to a supermax prison. They interview a bunch of people and they all get hired. Dopinder is annoyed they hired a regular Joe because he wasn't hired. Deadpool tells them their game plan and they prepare for the mission. Cable kidnaps Whis and he tells Cable everything he needs to know with threats. Deadpool hypes the X-Force and they jump out of the helo. The wind made it difficult to land, but Deadpool landed safely and the rest of the members had terrible deaths while Deadpool watched them die. The only survivor is Domino, and Deadpool heads there after updating Domino on the situation. Domino disregards Deadpool's orders, but with her luck, she easily gets into the truck and takes it over. Cable sees the truck and begins to descend to go after the truck. With Domino's luck, she avoided the grenade launcher hitting the escort, and Cable gets on top of the truck to break inside. Cable starts dropping prisoners to lose Deadpool, but he can avoid them all. He tries to use a nade, but with Domino's luck, she knocks Cable back, but he can get back onto the truck. Deadpool tries to do something similar but fails and gets hit by the escorts. He swiftly takes out the driver and starts driving upside down. Domino is forced to rely on her luck and starts beating Cable with her luck. Right before Cable ends Domino, Deadpool comes in clutch to save her. They have a close-quarter combat until Cable starts shooting Deadpool. He cut the first bullet, but anything after that went through. Domino runs through a building because the brakes don't work. Russell breaks out and releases Juggernaut, who causes the truck to fall off the bridge. Domino got out safely, but Cable got teabagged by Deadpool. Juggernaut saves Russell and rips Deadpool in half. Russell vows to take out the headmaster and Deadpool advises him not to, but Russell ignores him because he heard Deadpool say they weren't friends before. He leaves after roasting Deadpool for not having legs, and Domino carries Deadpool back to AL's place. Whis walks into Deadpool flashing his little weenie. Once everyone sees it, Domino throws a glove at him to cover it up. Whis wants to figure out a plan to take out Cable, but Deadpool wants to do a solo mission to save the kid and end Cable himself. Cable shows up and everyone aims at him, while Deadpool flashes him. He asks them for their help because Juggernaut is too much for him to handle alone. Deadpool calls out the sleazy writing on how Cable can't use the time travel device too much. If Russell ends the headmaster, he gets a real taste for it and terminates a whole bunch of people, his family included. Future Russell ended Cable's family because he failed to end Russell, so Russell retaliated by hitting him where it hurts. Deadpool apologizes, but it hasn't happened yet, so he wants a chance to lead Russell down the right path. Cable is willing to give him 30 seconds to convert Russell, and they agree to the deal. They go to the X-Mansion so Deadpool can win Colossus back. Colossus is heartbroken by Deadpool's actions. Before Deadpool leaves, he gives a speech about how doing the right thing is sometimes messy and inconvenient. Russell and Juggernaut arrive at the house for mutant rehabilitation to F shit up. Shortly after Deadpool and the others arrive, Domino knows she was brought here because she was raised in this hellhole. The headmaster welcomes Russell, and when Deadpool calls out to Russell, the headmaster chickens out. Russell goes after the headmaster and blasts him with fire randomly. Cable blasts away Juggernaut and they team up against Juggernaut when he gets up. Cable is knocked away and Deadpool gets impaled in the head again. Domino lands a shot with her luck because Juggernaut slipped on her gun. Deadpool makes some inappropriate gestures when Colossus picks him up and he removes the pole from Deadpool's head. Colossus attacks Juggernaut after, but he's getting wrecked by Juggernaut. He starts fighting dirty, but Juggernaut hits him with a bus. Yukio and Negasonic came to assist Colossus because he was getting wrecked. Yukio binded Juggernaut's leg, Colossus shoved an electrical wire up his booty, and Negasonic blasted Juggernaut into a pool, electrocuting Juggernaut. Deadpool and Cable take out the guards outside with their teamwork to avoid injuries. Domino goes inside and brutally beats the guards inside with her luck. Luckily, the bus Juggernaut used was a nice escape for the children. Russell corners the headmaster, and right before he blasts the headmaster, Cable saves him in time. Cable starts going after Russell because he's already enraged but gets blasted away by Russell. Deadpool tries to reason with Russell, but Russell is having issues trusting Deadpool and blasts him away. Deadpool makes the ultimate sacrifice to be Russell's first victim. He notices Cable going for the gun, so he jumps to take the bullet for Russell. They all rush to Deadpool and Russell turns a leaf, leading to the teddy bear being restored. Colossus tries to take off the collar, but Deadpool just wants to die in peace. Before he dies, he gives his regards to them, but he's having a hard time dying. Deadpool is finally able to meet with Vanessa, but she tells him it's not time for him to go yet because his family out there is waiting for him. They enjoy a passionate kiss and Deadpool is kicked out of the death realm again. Cable turns back time to when they got out of the taxi and he put something on Deadpool. Fast forward to Deadpool getting shot, he notices the coin saved him and knows Cable time traveled to save him. Deadpool still wants to die from cancer, but Russell takes the collar off him. He thanks Cable, but Cable pulls his knife out because Deadpool is too close. When they are walking away, the headmaster spews his nonsense, but Deadpool holds Cable back so they can be the bigger men. The headmaster is hit by Dopinder, who came out of nowhere, and he enjoyed the rush. They walk away, and that's how Deadpool met his new family. Deadpool modifies Cable's time-traveling device and fixes his mistakes, like saving Vanessa by ending the guy earlier. Next, he ends another version of Wade and tells Wolverine he will recruit him for a mission. Then he ends Ryan Reynolds before he makes the Green Lantern movie. He goes to baby Hitler to end him, but he can't do it himself, so he plans to get Cable to do it. Well, that's it for Deadpool. If you got up to this far and want to watch more recaps, here are some options on the side. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.